Hey, this afternoon we are going to be looking at correlative conjunctions. I'm going to explain what they are, how they are used, and several rules that you need to follow when you're using them. So, first of all, let's have a look at what are correlative conjunctions. Correlative conjunctions, they are a conjunction that is made up of two parts, and they are made up of either one word or two words or phrases that are used within a sentence to join elements that are of an equal value. First of all, we'll have a look at some of the most common ones and their usage, and then I'll give you a few other examples that are slightly less common. So the five most common examples are either or, and if you use this, you are presenting choices. So you can either go to the park or stay at home. You can't do both of those things. You have to decide which one you want to do. Then you've got neither nor, and this is when you are connecting two negative options. So neither my brother nor my sister wants to play. So both the brother and sister, they don't want to play. So that is two negatives being linked together. Then we have both and this is connecting to positive ideas. So she is both intelligent and funny. So the adjectives intelligent and funny are used to describe she, and she's not one or the other, she is both of those. And if we look at the neither nor sentence, you could say both my brother and my sister want to play. So you could use it that way if you've got both of them that want to do something. Neither nor is a negative, both and is a positive. You would use not only, but also, and notice that correlative conjunction there, it has two words for each part of it, and you need to be careful of that because often people will highlight the but forget the also part of it. And what that is used for is to emphasize two related things. So she's not only friendly, but also reliable. So again, that emphasizes the two qualities that that person has. And then you've got the final of the most common ones, whether or, and that is used to express possibilities. So I don't know whether to, and in the example we've got sing or dance, but you could say, I don't know whether to go to the beach or go to the park. So you could highlight the different possibilities within that. And then some of the other correlative conjunctions, you've got the more, just as something, so, barely. And the barely when or the barely before is showing the immediacy, and it's showing kind of a short gap between events. So we had barely finished our homework when we had to give it in. So you're kind of linking the two ideas, and there is a very short gap between them. The same as no sooner had we done something than something else happened. So again, that is showing the immediacy between the two things. Now, correlative conjunctions, they are kind of a bit like socks, really. They come in pairs. And when you look at a sentence, if one part of the conjunction doesn't need the partner for it to make complete sense, it isn't being used as a correlative conjunction. Because what I think you may have noticed is, for example, the word so is part of your fanboys conjunction, so it is a coordinating conjunction. But when it is used just as and then so to link the second idea, it is being used as a correlative conjunction. So if it doesn't have the partner, it isn't being used as a correlative conjunction. Now, there are a few rules that we need to follow when we use this type of conjunction. The first rule is that the grammatical elements within that are being linked, they must be the same. So in the example here, I've got Lee not only likes biscuits, but also cake. You've got likes biscuits being linked to the cake, okay? And that is the first part of the sentence. You've got the verb and the noun, and it is only being linked to a noun at the end, cakes. That isn't the same grammatical element. So to make that correct, what you would need to do is either have just the noun, so Lee likes not only biscuits but also cakes, or you have the verb and the noun. So he likes biscuits but also likes cakes. Personally, I would go with using just the noun so that I'm not repeating the verb twice, because you only really need it once within that sentence. Okay, so that is the first rule. The grammatical elements that you are connecting, they need to be the same. The second rule that you need to be aware of is that the rule of proximity. And what that means is when you are connecting two subjects with a correlative conjunction, so the example here, I've got my siblings and my mum. Okay, now when you are using two subjects, you need to make sure that the second subject agrees with the verb. Now, if I was saying, before dawn, my siblings wake me up, that would be grammatically correct. But because I've got this correlative conjunction saying that it's a choice between who wakes me up, either my siblings or my mum, because mum is the last subject within the sentence, it is closer to the verb than the siblings. And this is what we mean by proximity. We mean closeness. So my mum, you wouldn't say my mum wake me up. That doesn't make sense grammatically. So what you need to do is look at the way that you create the verb for mum, and you'd say my mum wakes me up. So just make sure you've got that subject verb agreement there. Now, because English is one of those languages that has so many different rules, this rule doesn't apply for if you are using both and. If you are using that, you would use a plural verb on it rather than the singular verb. So that is the only exception to the rule of proximity. Okay. I hope that you have found this helpful. Hopefully, I will see you again in future masterclasses. Thanks a lot. See you soon. Bye.